I just want to say and hammer down the life-saving safety point. I want to note that this is not a joke. It is not a publicity stunt. There is a real chance people should heed the message. Now, I'm not threatening anyone. So, in my past, I was charged with first-degree terrorist threatening, which is a case I had to fight among others. But basically, this is not some type of terrorist threat, but basically what I want to do is hammer down the safety message because people might think it's all in jest, but I'm the personal injury attorney version. I'm literally scanning for missing persons cases, okay? So it is not a joke or in jest. It takes me less than 3 days to get anywhere from one side of the United States down to the other. Anywhere, and I literally mean it, anywhere. So there is a real risk. Why you gotta, if you have someone thinking about going outdoors, you gotta tell them, you gotta make sure they're not doing those close calls like I just talked about, these avoidable close calls, because if they mess up, take a look at your beloved spouse. If you got a child, if you got a loved one, man, they ain't a joke, because when there's a missing person, my butt is on top of that case. There is a real risk that I could be the one cha-chinging over your loved ones. We're not talking about desecration or anything. Basically, it's morally repugnant. I'm going to be the finder, and I'm going to be waltzing, parade stepping over Fox News and taking credit for the recovery in an egotistical manner. I think that's just, you should think that's egally, morally disgusting. So I could be the one cha-chinging over these cases. So what you got to do, you don't want to end up my case. What you want to do, stay out of my case, is by basically not getting that lost. Again, for yourself, make sure you got a GPS unit. For yourself, make sure you got an offline GPS navigation system. For yourself, make sure you got a high capacity recharge. Make sure you do these little tiny steps. Make sure you don't become the next lost in the woods, and basically totally preventable. Totally preventable. It ain't defamation, it ain't slander, it ain't libel when you point out the fact that it's totally preventable. All right, now you got those hikers down in this volcano situation. I don't think that was totally preventable, so I'm talking about that's a hand act of God, man. It's the God acted right there. So sometimes it's an act of God. You can't prevent that. But what I'm talking about is, look, you have these recent close calls. You got a lot of people. Look, that Sierra Nevada family, basically they're all deceased. You don't want to talk bad about the deceased, but it's all preventable, man. It's all preventable. So you take those 3 steps, so the psychopath in this image won't be the one looking over your corpse or your child's corpse or your spouse's corpse. So basically, yeah, you got this. Listen, you gotta be scared straight into being safe.